Very warm good morning to each and everyone present here. Today, we, the students of class 10th, have gathered here for an assembly on the topic International Women's Day. International Women's Day is each year celebrated on 8th of March. This day is devoted for celebrating all the achievements of women across the world and for seeking gender equality. It is a great fact that all the great personalities are born from a woman's womb and have taken their initial teachings from a woman. And that's why we give due respect to women in our lives. This year also we'll be celebrating the International Women's Day on 8th of March. The theme for the year 2023 is Embrace Equity. The meaning of this theme is equality is the goal and equity is the means to get there. Without equity, we cannot make sure equality. Now, there is a reminder for the junior section that International Women's Day is each year celebrated on 8th of March. Now, I would like to call Garvit Kumar Tamta, who is going to brief you about the history of International Women's Day.
महिला दिवस सबसे पहले 28 फरवरी 1909 में अमेरिका के सोशलिस्ट पार्टी के आह्वान पर मनाया गया था। इसके बाद यह फरवरी के आखिरी रविवार को मनाया जाने लगा। 1910 में सोशलिस्ट इंटरनेशनल के कोपेनहेगन के सम्मेलन में इसे अंतर्राष्ट्रीय दिवस का दर्जा दिया गया। उस समय इसका मुख्य ध्येय महिलाओं को वोट देने का अधिकार देना था, क्योंकि अधिकतर देशों में महिलाओं को वोट देने का अधिकार नहीं था। तत्पश्चात 1917 में रूस की महिलाओं ने महिला दिवस पर रोटी और कपड़े के लिए हड़ताल पर जाने का फैसला किया। यह हड़ताल भी ऐतिहासिक थी, क्योंकि ज़ार ने सत्ता छोड़ी और अंतरिम सरकार ने महिलाओं को वोट देने का अधिकार दिया। यही कारण है कि 8 मार्च को अंतर्राष्ट्रीय महिला दिवस मनाया जाने लगा और आज भी मनाया जा रहा है। अंतर्राष्ट्रीय महिला दिवस एक खास कार्यक्रम है जिसे लोगों के साथ ही व्यापार, राजनीतिक, सामुदायिक, शिक्षण संस्थानों, आविष्कारक, टीवी व्यक्तित्व आदि महिला नेतृत्व द्वारा 8 मार्च को मनाया जाता है। इसे पूरे विश्व भर में उनके अधिकार, योगदान, शिक्षा की महत्ता, आजीविका आदि के मौके के लिए महिलाओं के बारे में जागरूकता बढ़ाने के लिए मनाया जाता है। इस दिवस के अवसर पर महिला शिक्षिका को उनके विद्यार्थी द्वारा, अपने बच्चों के द्वारा माता पिता को, बहनों को भाइयों के द्वारा, पुत्री को अपने पिता के द्वारा उपहार अर्थात गिफ्ट दिया जाता है। धन्यवाद। Now I would like to call my classmates who would brief you about some prominent women in our Indian history.
Ahilyabai Holkar. She was born on May 31st, 1725 in Gram Chudi, Maratha Empire. She is regarded as one of the finest female rulers in Indian history. During her time, she spread the message of dharma and promoted industrialization in 18th century. After the death of her husband and her father-in-law, she ruled Malwa in a very wise manner.
On various occasions, she led the army by herself from the front like a brave warrior, armed with bows and arrows on elephant. It is said that during her regime, Malwa was never once attacked and remained the oasis of stability and peace.
Sarojini Naidu. She was born on February 13, 1789 in Hyderabad, state of British India. She was an Indian political activist and poet. Her work as a poet earned her the sobriquet the Nightingale of India or Bharat Kokila by Mahatma Gandhi. She played a major role in India's struggle of independence from colonial rule.
1925, she was appointed as the president of Indian National Congress. Later, she became the governor of United Provinces in 1947. She was the first woman to hold the governor office in the Dominion of India. She was a prolific poet. Her poetry includes The Golden Threshold and The Bird of Time. Her collected poems published as The Sculptured Flute in 1961 and The Feather of Dawn in 1928.
Aruna Asaf Ali. She was born on July 16, 1909 in Punjab, British India. She was an Indian educator, political activist and publisher. She actively participated in the Indian independence movement. During the Quit India movement, 1942, she is remembered for hosting the Indian national flag at Gowalia Tank Maidan, Bombay. This gave her a long-lasting image in the movement.
She became a member of Indian National Congress and during Salt Satyagraha she participated in public processions. Post-independence, she remained active in politics and became the first mayor of Delhi. In 1992, she was also awarded the Padma Vibhushan and in 1997, the Bharat Ratna Award.
Savitribai Phule. She was born on 3 January 1931 in Naigaon village in Maharashtra. She was among the first feminists in India, a pioneering teacher and an anti-caste discrimination activist. She was the first ever female teacher in the country.
She played an important role in women's empowerment with the help of her husband Jyotirao Phule. Savitri Bai and her husband established one of the first modern Indian girls' schools in Pune at Bhilwara. She was also a Marathi writer.
Anandi Gopal Joshi. She was born on 31st March 1865 in Kalyan, Bombay Presidency, British India. She was considered the first Indian female to study Western medicine in the United States and was one of the earliest female physicians in the country.
She inspired various women to pursue further education. Her original name was Yamuna. She was married at the age of 9. After returning from US to India, the princely state of Kolhapur appointed her as the physician in charge of the female ward of the local Albert Edward Hospital.
Sucheta Kripalani. She was born on June 25, 1908 in Ambala, Punjab, British India. She was an Indian freedom fighter and politician. She was also the first woman Chief Minister of India and served as the head of Uttar Pradesh government from 1963 to 1967.
During the Quit India movement, she came to forefront and was arrested by British. Mahatma Gandhi wrote about her, a person of rare courage and character who brought credit to Indian womanhood. She also became a part of some community that laid down the charters for Constitution of India. In 1940, she established the All India Mahila Congress.
Lakshmi Sehgal. She was born as Lakshmi Swaminathan on October 24, Anakara in Madras Presidency, British India. She was a revolutionary in the Indian-British movement.
She was commonly referred to in India as Captain Lakshmi. It was in reference to her rank when taken prisoner in Burma during the Second World War.
Indira Gandhi. She was born as Indira Priyadashini Nehru on November 19, 1917 in Allahabad, United Provinces of Agra, British India. She was an Indian politician and the first female Prime Minister of India who served for 3 consecutive terms from 1966 to 1977 and a 4th consecutive term from 1980 until she was assassinated in 1984.
In an online poll organized by the BBC in 1999, Indira Gandhi was named as the Woman of the Millennium. She was also named by the Time magazine among the world's 100 most powerful women who defined the last century in 2020.
Anna Chandy. Justice Anna Chandy was born on the April 5, 1905 in Trivandrum, Travancore. She was the first female judge in 1937 and then in 1959 the first High Court judge in India.
It is said that Anna Chandy was one of the first female judges in the British Empire.
Kalpana Chawla. She was born on March 17, 1962 in Karnal, East Punjab, India. She was an Indian-born American astronaut and engineer. She was the first Indian origin woman who went to space. She first flew in the Space Shuttle Columbia as a mission specialist and a primary robotic arm operator.
She died 6 years later on February 1, 2003, when the Space Shuttle Columbia broke up on re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. All 7 astronauts were killed on board. The legacy of Chawla has lived on. Her talent and her work inspired young people in India and across the world to consider careers in spaceflight.
Now the students of class 10th are going to present a poem on the topic International Women's Day.
तू खुद की खोज में निकल, तू किस लिए हताश है, तू चल तेरे वजूद की समय को भी तलाश है, समय को भी तलाश है।
जो दुध से लिपटी बेड़ियां समझना इनको वस्त्र तू, ये बेड़ियां पिघाल कर बना ले इनको शस्त्र तू, बना ले इनको शस्त्र तू।
तू खुद की खोज में निकल, तू किस लिए हताश है, तू चल तेरे वजूद की समय को भी तलाश है, समय को भी तलाश है।
चरित्र जब पवित्र है तो क्यों है ये दशा तेरी, चरित्र जब पवित्र है तो क्यों है ये दशा तेरी, ये पापियों को हक नहीं की ले परीक्षा तेरी, की ले परीक्षा तेरी।
तू खुद की खोज में निकल, तू किस लिए हताश है, तू चल तेरे वजूद की समय को भी तलाश है, समय को भी तलाश है।
जला के भस्म कर उसे जो क्रूरता का जाल है, तू आरती की लौ नहीं क्रोध की मशाल है, क्रोध की मशाल है।
तू खुद की खोज में निकल, तू किस लिए हताश है, तू चल तेरे वजूद की समय को भी तलाश है, समय को भी तलाश है।
चुनर उड़ा के ध्वज बना, गगन भी कब कपाएगा। अगर तेरी चुनर गिरी तो एक भूकंप आएगा, तो एक भूकंप आएगा।
तू खुद की खोज में निकल, तू किस लिए हताश है, तू चल तेरे वजूद की समय को भी तलाश है, समय को भी तलाश है।
Now I would like to call Hashgish Chandra, who will give the conclusion about today's assembly.
Women of today unquestionably live in a better world than the women in the past. However, there are still issues that require attention. Despite all the efforts, the average woman works twice as much the average man, but is still underpaid. They endure horrific atrocities and intimidation to fulfill their true desires. Let's all honor, respect, and adore all the wonderful women on this International Women's Day, whether she is your mother, wife, sister, or daughter. Let's demonstrate our pride in their achievements and commitment to building a world free of all ills for women. Now, I would like to call Motisam Ansari for a short quiz.
Now, the question for the junior section is, on which day Women's Day is celebrated? Absolutely right. It is celebrated on 8th March. Now the question for the senior section is, what are the name of the prominent women we discussed about in today's assembly? Yes, the 10 prominent women that we have discussed today are Ahilya Bai Holkar, Sarojini Naidu, Aruna Asaf Ali, Savitri Bai Phule, Amandi Gopal Joshi, Suchita Kripalani, Lakshmi Sangal, Indira Gandhi, Anna Chandi, and Kalpana Chawla. Thank you.
The entire school students, I would like to congratulate all the women teachers here in school. A very happy Women's Day.
Thank you, sir.
Right, and I think it's a wonderful assembly conducted by class 10th in a short time. I think we did not give them much time, and they had also a lot of other preparations to do. So congratulations, children. I think you can clap for yourself.